Hi, and welcome to Belly to Belly. And today we're with great friend Marisa Mannion from Enterprise Ireland. Hey, Marisa, how are you?
Hey, Bill, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely great to see you and great to have you here. So, we're talking to companies that are interested in expanding into the US. And certainly the first question is, what does Enterprise Ireland do to help companies expanding into the US?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Well, I'll start off with telling you a little bit about Enterprise Ireland in a whistle-stop tour. So we are the export agency of Ireland. There's probably no place on the globe that has a similar organizational structure. We don't have an equivalent in the US. But essentially, we have 40 global offices manned with investment team back in Ireland, and then in the markets, market advisors that work with Irish companies with ambition to scale globally, work with them on their plan to do just that in market. So we're unique in that respect, but it affords Irish companies one-to-one partnerships globally. Have to have a partner on the ground that has their company's best interest at heart. So I sit in New York. I looked after the construction and engineering portfolio of companies coming into the States or already doing business here in the States. But similarly, we have those 40 global offices with similar roles, just depending on market, but cross-sectorally. So I'm in engineering, but we have similar teams that work across fintech and HR tech and such. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. It's such a network to help support Irish companies, and I know that you all are doing amazing work. So we're going to be together in an event coming up on September 25th in Dublin. It's titled "An Inside Look to Expanding into the U.S." And before we talk about the event itself, as you see companies coming in, and obviously you're seeing them many in engineering and construction, but you're probably seeing a broader swath too. Are there certain areas where companies particularly get challenged? What are the roadblocks or things that kind of hamstring companies as they're expanding?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're certainly in challenging times, right? So I think just looking towards the U.S., there's an exuberance, there's an excitement, but there's also caution for foreign companies in general, whether it's on immigration policy that we have currently, our own nearshoring in the U.S. So it's a challenging time, but I think when companies are at a scale with the technical proficiency for whatever their vertical is, and particularly in my vertical, looking at the construction of data centers and pharmaceutical construction, heavy industrial, advanced manufacturing, there's a need for that technology in the U.S. Right. So some of the hurdles that these foreign companies might foresee, they become more reasonable when you have the structure such as Enterprise Ireland and with folks like myself here on the ground, just working out those kinks, right? It's not so daunting. We have an extensive network here as we do, everywhere in the globe. But we pair them with the proper legal counsel, the proper accountancy. We work with these companies on any compliance issues for their products, and kind of work with them and to really break down their strategies so that they can come in and be confident in working with their customers, and have a potential partnership and scale. All right, that's the whole point of all of this. So we try to minimize the hurdles, or at least put them in bite-size, digestible portions as best we can.
Yeah. No, kind of like eating the elephant, right? You don't do it at once. You eat it in small bites.
Which is why this session in Dublin is so important, because these are the ancillary teams that I would call on to help broaden out, my clients' journey, right, and
Brilliant.
route to market. So.
Yeah. And so speaking of the event on the 25th, and we're together on the 25th, and then on the 26th, we're going to go tour the Guinness Enterprise Center, which would be a lot of fun
Oh,
as
are
well.
we? Okay.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
And a trip to the tasting room, of course.
Cultural. There's a cultural aspect to what we do, for
Purely
sure.
networking.
It's a historical. It's a very historical place in Dublin and in Ireland's history.
Brilliant.
So.
Yeah, so
Cool.
there's been a great team of panelists assembled for this. I guess a few different sections of content for companies. But are there particular things you hope that companies get out of this session on the 25th?
Yeah, and I think we've spoken about this before, you and I, Bill. Right? We have so many resources at our disposal for these companies. I like to kind of keep it really simple, and I think the two things that I'm looking forward to are, introducing these companies to the panel, the wider team, our collective experience, to really understand that, and no matter what market they go in, but we're US facing for this session, understand, number one, they have people here on the ground, right? There's an entity like Enterprise Ireland that are willing to support them. There's the likes of probably all the panelists that are going to be attending to pitch in their knowledge base. So there's a willing and ready team to meet them, right? And then for the work that I do and my colleagues do, it's meet them where they are. So most of these companies are coming into global markets, number one, because they have the ambition. But we kind of work with them, and I hope they see that at this session, that there's some fine tweaks, right? There's a couple of nuances that we can highlight to them. There might be a few tweaks in their own, method of doing business, but really to the extent that's it. And I think the number two highlight is, and again, we're often kind of shocked by it. It's to pair peer to peer. It's to pair those Irish companies in the room with each other. They know each other. They might meet each other on a pitch or somewhere else. But to see each other in the same room when they're, facing in the same direction towards a market, to say, okay, well, you might be my competitor, but for this particular exercise, let's maybe, touch heads and pair up and share with a shared journey that we're all interested in taking. And, it makes our life a little bit easier as well, to know who plays nice in the sandbox, but to really join resources and have that camaraderie as well. So I think it's a cultural thing, to want to see your industry peers do as well as you do, especially in a new market. So those are the two things.
Oh, that's
like
fantastic. Yeah. No, that's really good. And I think the network, I think we hear that all the time from companies that are successful at US expansion. It's the network, and it's, as you said, the peers, it's the support organizations, it's the various partners that they can enroll as they go, that becomes a real strength. So
absolutely.
No, it's perfect.
And yourself, any market, but the US is particularly focused on the face-to-face. Right. It's so critical. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Super. Well, thank you for taking the time today. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, but thanks for taking the time. And we'll put the details on the event in the description below. Is it okay if we put your contact information there as well?
Super. Yeah. I'm happy to talk to anyone who is looking for more information, whether they attend or not. And enterprise-ireland.com will keep anyone busy, surfing through what supports we have for Irish companies and to make a match. So great to see you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Dublin. And certainly I'm going to put the Guinness tour on my calendar if I can squeeze that in as well with you folks.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marisa. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
As well, Bill. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye now.